Ron Kamonohashi episode 3 is where episode 2 left off. We are at Blue and they are talking about Ron. Ishiki gets an important phone call from Ron to hurry to the convenience store. There is no emergency. Ron just needed someone to pay for his items. At the store, they are having a raffle that Ron wins. Ron wins a hot spring trip. The man from Blue who is investigating Ron is there in the store and hears Ron is going on a hot spring trip. Ron and Ishiki arrive at their free vacation at a run-down, broken hot spring. The man from Blue is here as an employee. He tells Ishiki he knows Ishiki works for the police based off his shoes. His shoes are dirty, meaning he does a lot of running around. Ron interrupts and says a reporter would also have these trademarks on a shoe. Ron tells Ishiki this man only knows he works for the police because when he was writing down the names for the hot spring trip, he wrote Ishiki's occupation was a naive detective. They check into the rooms, and the man from Blue is already impressed by Ron's detective skills. Ron and Ishiki take a bath. Ron tells Ishiki the river and hot spring have a legend of running crimson. Ishiki asks about Ron's neck. Ron says it is a scar and it has the number 6 in it because he associates this number with his birth. It just sounds like Ron has a tattoo on his neck, and instead of calling it a tattoo, he calls it a scar. They eat dinner, and Ron notices they are missing one of the guests. He then wants to play the game of life with everyone in the room. They do not play the game of life. After dinner, Ishiki and Ron play ping pong. Ron says whoever loses is the slave of the other. They play one round because the ball is knocked outside through the broken window. Ishiki lost and does not want to do whatever Ron says for the rest of his life. Ron just wants to use Ishiki to be a detective. Ishiki says he will get the ball so they can keep playing. Once they get outside, it is cold, and instead of retrieving the ball, they take a bath. In the bath, Ishiki's boss arrives. Amamiya drinks her sorrows away by accidentally going into the men's bath, and she is worried now that her crush, Ron, thinks she is a creep. The couple at the hot spring get into an argument. The woman leaves and goes take a bath. Amamiya goes to sleep. The remaining visitors, Ron has played the game of life. This right here is our setup. A couple fought. We have met all our visitors, and now not everyone is in the same room. The woman who is a part of the couple is probably going to die. Oh, that means this is going to be a murder mystery on who done it. The killer is someone in this room, and the detective has to figure out who committed the murder. I love plots like that. The 4 remaining visitors play life as the man from Blue watches. The man from Blue throughout the night keeps checking his watch for the time. Everyone sleeps for the night. The next morning, we get a scream, and turns out the woman a part of the couple is dead. She is floating dead in the hot spring. Amamiya and Ron go inspect the body. Ishiki asks if anyone knows anything, which no one does. The time of the murder was anywhere from midnight to 2 a.m. The man from Blue comments he was in the lounge watching guests play life, so he is an alibi for all of them because they did not leave until after 2 a.m. in the morning. The way he says it though makes me think he did it. He had this woman killed so he can force Ron to be a detective, which if this is true sucks for the woman who's now dead, and trapping someone to do what you want is not a proper, fair investigation. The man from Blue says only one person was alone, and that was Amamiya. Ron speaks up and says he can confidently say it was not her. The killer is someone else in this room. Ron is going to solve this case by proving it was not Amamiya. Our murder mystery is all set up, and I think the man from Blue is the culprit. He was with others, so he himself did not kill, but this has to be all a plot and a setup against Ron. I am already annoyed at this theory of mine that might maybe be true. Share this video and comment your theory because I am so curious about what others think.